some breaking inputs that we are getting for you at this point in time, and the focus right now, viewers, is the million-dollar question in everyone's mind is whether India has actually decided to completely stop its purchase of oil from Russia or not. Because US President Donald Trump has been claiming that India won't be buying Russian oil, but so far from the Indian government side, we haven't really heard anything on this particular issue. Now, what we have got for you, viewers, is what the sources in the Ministry of External Affairs have told us. Now, they are saying, as far as India's energy sourcing is concerned, the government has stated publicly on multiple occasions that ensuring the energy security of 1.4 billion Indians is the supreme priority of the government. And sources are also saying that, we always look at diversifying the energy sourcing with objective market conditions and evolving international dynamics. Now, these are the two things that drive India's decisions. All of India's actions are taken, keeping in mind these two particular aspects, and also consumer comes first as far as India's decisions related to energy sourcing are concerned. Let's go across to my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary joining us live right now for more on this. Srinjoy, good evening. You know, the focus, of course, has been on whether India has actually decided to stop buying Russian oil or not. Even though if you look at the trend over the last few months, we have seen a reduction in our oil purchase from Russia. But what is the official stand?
There's very significant reduction in Russian oil purchases. But as you know very well, the purchases are through the private sector. Now, once the US imposed sanctions on two Russian firms that deal with oil, the private sector firms decided that enough is enough. They didn't want to face the sanctions that the US government was imposing on Russian firms. So these private sector firms said, well, let's buy our oil from somewhere else. So that is the basic issue. Why is India not buying Russian oil? The reason is the sanctions. Who buys the Russian oil? To, of course, refine and sell to other countries? Private sector firms. Are they doing it? No, they don't want to be sanctioned by the Americans, because the cost of being sanctioned by the Americans is high. As a result, they're saying, cool it. Let's buy our oil from somewhere else. That's the actual story. So importantly, it must be said that when the sanctions happened, the decision to buy Russian oil was not buy Russian oil was taken by these firms, and they continue to do that. As you rightly said, very little oil is currently being bought from Russia. Right. So it's a government decision to buy oil where it's easy to buy, where there are no problems, and where there is no trouble and difficulties. Right. It's as simple as that.
All right. So first official statement in a way coming in from the Ministry of External Affairs reiterating its stand on India's energy sourcing. MEA has made it absolutely clear that insofar as India's energy sourcing is concerned, the government has stated publicly on several occasions that ensuring the energy security of 1.4 billion Indians is the supreme priority of the government. Diversifying our energy sourcing in keeping with the objective market conditions and evolving international dynamics. Now, that's at the core of our strategy to ensure this. Thank you, Srinjoy, for the moment for joining us with your inputs on this story.